know I like when you right at the top, baby.
We're gonna be doing like a DIY pedestal thing. So I'm gonna do like a wood piece all across here. Okay, we're headed to get some food first. Sorry y'all, I'm looking crazy. I am so tired. You know we've been moving, so like day 3 of moving. Heading to Home Depot to get the supplies that we need for the laundry room. We have everything written down and drawn out for what we're gonna do for the laundry pedestal. So we're gonna have Home Depot cut it because we haven't gone through everything to find out where like all of our cutting tools and things like that are. And we also can't fit the big piece in this car. So yeah, and I'm not taking the chance of scratching the leather. About to go to Home Depot, go find these supplies, and then put this stuff together so that this washer and dryer can sit up high and no one has to break their back doing the laundry.
Exactly.
Which one?
Good. These ones or?
So these are the 2x6s?
Yeah.
No, we're fine.
We need some thick like this though.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Sand plywood.
They smart. Look, let me see. Show me. Smart, baby. Think smarter, not harder. Come on now.
So these are
24. Yeah, they're 2 feet by what? I said it on the thing. So we're getting plywood that's already been sanded and everything, so that's a lot easier for us. So we have to go buy this, and then we're gonna ask to see if they can cut it for us. Come on, come on. So now we're just trying to find the like 2x4s or 2x6s. We're still trying to decide which ones we're gonna use to actually build the bones of the structure. And to get the some premium pre-cut wood pieces here, 2x4s. We're gonna use this to build the bones of the structure for the pedestals. Okay, so we got 7 2x4s, and that should be able to cover 2x6s, and that should be able to cover the all of the legs as well as the structural pieces on top. So now we're just gonna go see if we can find the trim pieces that we're gonna put in the front so that we don't have to fill in the wood and do all that. And then wood glue. So yeah, that's what we're looking for right now. The trim pieces that are gonna go in front of this so it's like one clean look. So something, those are all rounded. I just needed flat pieces. Like this, right here. This. See how it's straight flat? Yeah, those. You have to cut responsibly, y'all. Come here. Look at her legs, y'all. Let me see your leg. Turn. Ashy. Get that from you. All right, so we cut up the trim pieces that we're gonna need for the front of the DIY. We got this piece, the same amount, or the same length is over there in the cart, and then we have the middle piece that we need. All right, so last minute I decided I don't want to stain the pedestals.
Exactly.
I need to look at this under a yellow light, not a fluorescent light. Got some wood filler. Spent for this, I don't know if y'all can see it, it's probably minus like $15 because we did get some extra stuff that we actually needed for the house, so it's probably really around like $165, $160 for all of this. And mind you that the for one pedestal for the Samsung washer and dryer is $250 to $275, so just offer it for saving way more than half, because you would have to buy 2 of them. So, and this is going to build pedestals for 2 pieces. We only spent about $160 on all of this. So it's a win for me. I love saving money. You like saving money, babe?
I love it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yay. Uh-oh. Okay guys, success. Everything in the car, everything was cut, everything fits.
All right, I'm gonna be cutting these a lot. I'm gonna be making legs, I'm gonna be making the frame of it, right? I'm gonna be working, so it's not gonna be a lot more explained. However, you can see the progress as we go. So I'm gonna make the stand, the legs from the leftovers on both sides, right? I'm gonna make 6 of them. 6 of these, right? 6 stands. And they're gonna equal to 69.5 inches across. I'm gonna drill them all, make sure they're all good, and I'm gonna put them in place. Now, when I put them in place upstairs, I'll bring the plywood up, and I'll drill the plywood in place, along with the sides. I'll probably do the sides, though, down here, since we can't get inside in there, right?
What's up, y'all? It's the next night. My husband is putting the trim on. I forgot to bring my camera when we went back to Home Depot. I found this pretty like grayish greenish paint color. We both really like it, so hopefully it comes out pretty. It'll look good in here, add some contrast to the room. And it's by BEHR. We got the satin finish because of the fact that the washer and dryer will be sitting on it, and if it shakes or anything, we don't want it to scratch, and it would scratch with flat paint. So this is what we're using by BEHR. Premium Plus. The color is called LUXE. Yes, LUXE. And we just got a small, what size is this? What is it? A quart. We just got a quart of paint because that's all we should need. This is my favorite trim painting brush. I've used this on every house we've been in to paint walls, cabinets, anything. This is my go-to for like the trim and edging, and just like, I just love this brush. This, the 3/8 nap. This roller is really good. This was suggested to me a while ago, like 2 years ago, maybe even 3, by some guy who was in Home Depot looking at rollers, and he said this is the best brush, and it's been what I use since he suggested that. It's just like the best, smoothest finish. So I love this. This is my go-to. So yeah, this paintbrush, our paint. What's up, y'all? It is the next day for this DIY update. We thought that the washer and dryer were getting delivered on my birthday, but it's actually today. Oh my gosh, the delivery guys, well, one of them, not the other one, I guess the one that was in charge, he was being so difficult. Like, I understood his point with things, but if I paid for the service, just do what I'm asking you to do, basically. So he saw, Zara was singing happy birthday to me downstairs, but basically he came and he saw our, you know, our stands, which is the normal size as like a regular Samsung stand. These ones are just wood and connected together. So even if we were to order the Samsung ones, it'd still be about the same amount of space, maybe like plus or minus 4 inches, right? So this girl getting it downstairs. And what irritates me about people is when you see something and be like, oh no, that can't be done. I'm just like, how do you know? He just walked in, he's like, oh no, this can't be done. I was like, what can't be done? He was like, we can't put, this isn't gonna work out because in order for me to install it, I need to have at least 5 inches behind the washer or behind the stand. And so I knew that they would need room. So it was already at like 5 inches, right? Then he pulled it to like 20. I was like, that's not 5 inches. That's more like 2 feet, sir. And so when he went downstairs, I just pushed it back because I'm like, this is not 5 inches. Then he comes back without the washer and dryer and he's like, oh, your contractor is supposed to remove the drain hole. But our contractor told us that the people that deliver the product are supposed to remove the drain hole. So it's a whole lot of back and forth. It's like a liability issue. So me and my husband are just gonna do it our damn selves. So there's that one. Then he was like, well, I can just leave the washer and dryer in the garage. I was like, how does that make sense? I paid you guys an extra almost $200 to come bring this upstairs and install this because of the fact that we live in a townhome. You're not about to leave this in my garage. It's not happening because then where the hell am I park my car at? So I was like, no, bring it upstairs and put it on top of here. He was like, are you sure? I said, yes. He was like, if we put this washer up here, you're not gonna be able to move it. Me and my husband have moved plenty of washers. I'm like, put it up here. It's fine. Like, just bring it up here. So then he brought it up here. It's on the floor. He hasn't put it up yet. He was asking me again. He's like, you sure? I was like, yes, put it up there. He was like, well, you're gonna have to buy another drain hose because this one might be too big. I'm like, at this point, whatever product you came with to install this, just leave it on top because you're being really difficult and I really just want you to do this and my husband can install it himself. He was like, he might not be able to do it. I'm like, my husband has installed like 2 or 3 other washer and dryers that we've had. It's literally, it's not hard. And there's this thing called YouTube, like you can figure out everything on YouTube University. So he was just being so difficult. So now I guess he moved it back up when I had walked away. But so now there's like 2 inches that aren't supposed to be sticking out because now the door can't close. So, and then I can't move it by myself because it needs to be pushed in like one motion. So I have to wait for my husband to get here so we can push the thing back. They look fine though. They look good. They're at a good height. You can see where he moved it up, like the gap, that's not supposed to be here because one, I didn't finish painting that because I'm like, oh, you can't see it anyway, it's against the wall. But since he moved it up, now you can see it. So me and my husband have to move that back. But we want to wait until my husband actually installs the drains in the back. So this slides around, which is the whole reason why I also picked the satin paint, because it slides around like real easy. Like I can move this myself, right? So my husband can either move this to the side or whatever. He can get back there and install everything. No big deal. So once it's done, we can push these all the way back to the edge back there. So we have that little space like right here, how I wanted it. And then me and him have to push this actual structure back like 2 inches so that the door can close, because everything was perfect until the delivery people came here and like made it difficult. I'm like, I'm not understanding, sir, why you're being so difficult. I was like, why are you being so difficult? Just put it up there. We paid the extra money for you to put it up here. Put it up here. You're not leaving this in my garage, and you're definitely not leaving it just to sit in the hallway. He was like, once it's up here, you can't move it. I'm like, yes, you can. Like, what? Where? I'm not understanding what you're not getting. Like, we can move it. We've moved this stuff plenty of times. The structure is stable. Like, it can hold weight. It's fine. So I was just getting super, super irritated with them. This is probably one of the worst deliveries I've ever experienced in my life. And I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but it was just very frustrating because you pay so much extra money for them to just do what they're supposed to do, and they're literally trying to fight you the whole time because they're not understanding that there's enough room. Like, we built it this way so that it could move back and forth, so they could install it and everything, we can slide it back. And I was just like, I don't have time to keep explaining this to you. Like, just drop it off and we'll do it at this point. But I was just getting so irritated. I was just like, why are we being difficult, sir? Just put it up here. At that point, he was like, well, you lose your warranty if you install it yourself. I'm not even here at this point. I don't care about the warranty. I don't care. Get rid of the warranty. The warranty don't do nothing anyway. Anybody who's ever bought warranty for anything, you know it doesn't do anything, okay? Me and my husband, we're gonna just push this back after he installs everything, cuts that little drain hole in the back open. The person was like, oh no, the contractor has to do it. And he was like, you can schedule an appointment with him. I was like, my contractor is so busy because this neighborhood is closing out. I don't know if we'll see him. He's like, it'll be fast. I'm like, how are you gonna tell me what the man's schedule is? He literally just had this conversation with us before we closed on the home. Like, he's busy. He's going to his next development. Like, it was just so annoying. It was so annoying. And I felt myself getting super frustrated. I was respectful the whole time, but I was like, at this point, just drop this shit off and get out of my house. Because I was getting very irritated. But yeah, the structure is fine. My husband can get back there and install whatever he needs to install. Then me and him can come together and push this back ourselves. It needs two people to push it back so it's even, you know. I like the height on it. You literally like don't have to bend over at all, which is great. Yeah, you don't have to bend over at all. It's so nice. And once everything moves back, it'll look a lot better. Right now it looks so like claustrophobic and bulky because everything is like not lined up, not pushed back, so it looks a little crazy. But once it's pushed back, then we can start, you know, planning to put our little wood piece up here, installing our cabinets and all that. So that's that update for that, y'all. But when my husband gets here, I'll show y'all how we're gonna move it back and he can install it himself because what? Oh, it was just difficult for no reason. Oh, I left the light on upstairs. Yeah, difficult for no freaking reason. So that's the update with that. And yeah, I'll wait till my husband gets home to update y'all later.
Strippers.